What about when we are oblivious to being in burnout or depression or whatever? How can we become aware and snap out of it?
Look for the signs. Are you fantasizing about vacations? Are you fantasizing a lot about being somewhere else, doing something else? Are you getting sick? Are you sleeping well? Do you find yourself snapping at people? Do you find like you're angry and for reasons you can't figure out? Is your mood kind of off? Do you feel dissatisfied? Are there outside symptoms like that? Those are the first things that I would think of. And if you don't know, has anybody asked you, are you okay lately? Has somebody pointed it out that you seem awful snippy lately, or, stuff like that? That might be a clue.
Well, I think we also want to look at, we must be being oblivious about something else. If we're oblivious to being in burnout, then we must be missing a whole lot else in life. So that's a sign that we need to really up our awareness game and, okay, just take some time. That silent retreat, I love that, Garrett. How to snap out of it, I'm not sure you can necessarily snap out of it, but my favorite thing is to watch a good video or a good movie, because that takes me out of my yucky mindset, my depressed state, my overwhelmed, just puts me in another reality, and I like that. But it's not the solution, it's just temporary.
I think something that comes to mind is sort of, all the things that have been said are great, and this idea of being oblivious, right, and heightening your awareness around that. Sometimes I think about when we feel like we don't have control over things, and what I mean by that is if you're in a space of like, well, I have to do this for this, or I have to do this, or we can get in that space of like not being able to do the things we want, maybe, right? Or I have to take this gig, or I have to teach this student, or I have to I thought I was going to have Friday night off, but I have to take this gig or do this thing. And finding yourself in that place, maybe it's control, maybe it's not having a choice, I think can also be related to burnout, maybe in sort of a more sneaky way, maybe if you're thinking about awareness, because to me that is like a sign of not being aligned, right? And sort of being, we're reacting to things, like we're reacting like, oh, I have to do that, I have to do that. We're reacting without mindfulness, right? We're reacting in a way where we're not actually choosing. And cumulatively, right, that can be another hamster wheel that you're on.
My last answer was a little flippant, but I just have to go back to the big picture, which is that we are trained to be oblivious. We are trained from day one to not value our feelings, our own thoughts, and our own awarenesses. And when you do that to a child week after week, year after year, and ending up in decades, you're going to end up oblivious. And we need to have perspective as well that it's not our fault. We're trained to do that. And we're scanning for danger 200 times a minute, is what I read.
Yep.